Hello and welcome. Today we are in the tier 10 Japanese battlecruiser, the Bungo. I only unlocked her yesterday, but I very much like her in the few games that I've played. She has 457mm guns, so you can overmatch cruisers that you meet, and also she's pretty accurate, especially because she also gets access to the special scout plane that the ship line has, which improves your dispersion even further. And while she might be a battlecruiser, her armor is actually pretty good. Sure, the bow is still something that other battleships will overmatch, but the side armor is decent enough that you really don't have to worry about ships like cruisers. On top of that, her citadel sits roughly waterline, so most of the time you're actually not going to get citadeled. I'm running almost a standard battleship build on her, except I make sure that the scout plane reloads a little quicker, because it's very useful to have. She might be a battlecruiser, but she still has to fulfill the role of a battleship because she takes a battleship slot. Therefore, you do have to tank quite a bit, and the 82,000 HP is a little limiting on that front. But I think that the ship overall feels really nice to play. I mean, I've done almost 26k damage already. It's, considering it's 2 minutes into the game, it's pretty good. Okay, we gotta dodge these torpedoes, and then we gotta dodge those torpedoes. I think we'll be okay. Yep, we're gonna be okay. I do have to probably angle away, so I can't fire all my front guns. But avoiding those torpedoes that are coming from that smoke screen is gonna be very important. Because those are Hayate torpedoes, and Hayate torpedoes hit like a truck. I would really like to not get hit by any of them. Besides, apparently we don't see any of the enemies anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. We can devote ourselves fully to dodging. Now, I want to keep my guns pointed to the way they basically are right now, the front turrets, so that I can turn back. But actually, I've been sailing away so far that maybe I should just turn them around entirely. Yep, there are the torpedoes. That second one should be a reload booster, right? Oh, the torpedoes actually ran out! Never mind, I guess I was far enough that it never actually really mattered. Oh well. But I mean, there wasn't much to shoot at anyway, so it's okay. Come on, Good and Lou, are you gonna come out from behind the island? Please do, please do, please do. No, she's reversing. Yeah, I can't take the shot there. I mean, I could, but it probably would just get over penetrations. Instead, we're gonna try our luck on the destroyer. Probably won't hit though. I think I needed a little bit more lead there. Yep, unfortunate. Man, these shells really group tightly together. Oh, I think their Schlieffen is actually pushing the B-cap. And I think their submarine is gonna die. He is way too far forward from his teammates. I mean, there's an entire air force flying around towards the submarine. She's gonna get hit by some of them. And if they cause an oil slick, the sub's just dead. Oh, 14k damage on an angled battlecruiser. Pretty good. Oh, and of course the submarine is sailing towards a Grosse Koffes, the battleship with hydro. That's one way to, I guess, commit suicide. I'm out of range, so unfortunately I can't do anything yet. Soon though, I think I'll catch up. Okay, how are you turning? I could try to aim at the bow of the Schlieffen. Since she is also a battlecruiser, I should be able to overmatch it. Maybe we'll get lucky. We'll see. We'll see. Is the sub in range? Oh! Oh, wow. The Grosse Koffes actually died. To the Malta, no less. But the submarine is... Never mind. The submarine was leaving an oil slick trail. Not anymore, though. Good, though. This is very good. Because getting rid of the enemy submarine allows us to push and do whatever we want on this flank without worries. Anyway, we're focusing on the Schlieffen. 25,000 damage. Very nice. Something we have to keep in mind when fighting the Schlieffen is that she has long-range torpedoes. That is definitely something to keep in mind and potentially try to minimize the impact of, because you really don't want to take damage if you don't have to. Oh, actually, I think those might have already been the Schlieffen torpedoes. Another 16k hit. Man, this ship's guns are great. I mean, we have, what, 10 guns? We hit 8 shells? That's pretty damn good. Okay, there's something. Okay, there is Hayate in the B cap. Okay. Well, that's not really a ship I'm going to deal with. I could damage control party this fire. I'm worried that maybe there's some kind of torpedoes I did not know about. And I wouldn't want to flood for free. But I think at this point they would have already passed. I mean, the torpedoes passing me might actually be already those torpedoes, so I'm gonna use damage control party. Because I'm not gonna get set on fire again anytime soon. Unless this Mecklenburg starts firing HE at me or something. And I think by the time Conqueror comes around the island and starts doing that, my damage control party will already be up. Oh, 12k with just the front turrets. Wait, we actually landed all 4 shells at 19 kilometers? Man, these guns are really accurate. It's quite a joy to shoot them, I find. Well, not if you don't lead enough, I suppose. Okay, let's slow down so I don't slide too far out behind the island. I want to take a shot on the Hayate, because taking care of the destroyer is, well, the most important thing. Okay. Napoli got her. That's completely fine. As long as she is out of the game. We are in a commanding lead. We have 9 ships, they only have 6. They might have 3 of the 4 cap zones, but I think we're gonna retake at least one of them, making us even, and therefore our ship's advantage will put us in the lead. Actually, I think we're gonna take 2 of them. Shimakas is pretty close to the A cap, and the Kremlin and the U-4501 will take the B cap. So that's great, and we're gonna definitely sink this Wisconsin. She does not have the ability to disengage at this point. I was worried that the Wisconsin might aim at me because I'm broadside on, but she seems to be completely focused on something on the side. I'm not really sure what. Is it the Malta? I think it might be Malta. Oh, come on. Only 1 shell hit? That's unfortunate. And it was a penetration that did the damage over and over penetration. Oh well. But she did go down to our Smolensk. So now we just push forward and flank the Conqueror. Oh, there's even a Stalingrad. She might be really far away, but this ship should be pretty good at firing at them, right? Okay, this is bad aim. Don't fire like this, because I'm not leading anywhere near enough. These shells will fall behind the ship, by quite a lot even. You need to lead a lot more on a Stalingrad that's going full speed. Yep, we saw a little puff of water behind the ship, well behind the ship. Next salvo we're gonna lead a lot more. But even this, I think, might not be quite enough lead. Oh, Stalingrad's actually firing back. Man, 22 kilometer battlecruiser versus cruiser fight. Oh, Citadel, nice. Maybe a little more lead or a little bit higher would have been better, but it's okay. Okay, I think we have enough lead, maybe? Yeah, should be roughly okay. So if you're aiming these kinds of shots, really pay attention to the minimap. The minimap indicator on where your shells are, that's what you want to aim. Oh, this is perfect. No Citadels this time. Maybe actually a tiny bit forward lead would have been better, but you can't have everything you want. Is Malta still being shot at by the Kremlin? Has to be, right? Otherwise the Kremlin would be fighting me. Right? Because there's no way she's shooting the Druid. Oh, this is looking good. Anyway, sadly I've aimed a little too high. Next up, my target will be the Conqueror. Once she rounds the island, we're gonna sink her and then focus on the Kremlin. Wait, she's standing still. Oh no. Conqueror is standing still. Can you believe it? He isn't coming around the corner to actually just die to me. Unbelievable. The audacity. So, instead I'm gonna have to swap targets to the Kremlin, who is a lot closer than I actually thought. Like, way closer than I thought. Can I citadel her from here? I guess with her angling like that, probably not. Well, none of the shells actually landed anywhere near the citadel. Okay, so... Is she sinking our Malta? Why is our Malta turned around? Did Malta think like, okay, I'm gonna YOLO rush the Kremlin. Surely that's gonna work out well. Conqueror is around the corner. I think... in the moment I wanted to take care of the Conqueror, and obviously that worked, but I probably should have just shot the Kremlin instead. Oh, actually the Conqueror finished the Malta off. I see. Wow. When I was playing I thought that was the Kremlin actually. Okay. You know what? Maybe shooting the Conqueror was the correct choice then. But we're definitely gonna sink this Kremlin. I mean, she's down to 18,000 HP. I am at 69. Very nice. 1,000 HP. There is no chance this Kremlin survives. And she's actually dueling with the Druid. Man, I feel sorry for him. I think fighting a Druid is a painful experience. Because it's a destroyer that just sits bow on towards you. It's a tiny, tiny target. And the worst part is she can just reverse and go a little forward and reverse again. And it just makes her a nightmare to hit for significant damage. Come on. Anytime now we're gonna actually sink the Kremlin. Come on. Surely it'll be this one. I mean, if we don't, I think Druid will actually do it. Okay, goodbye. And now it is just the Malta left. Who... Well, looking at the minimap, where is she gonna be? She's clearly gonna be in A1, right? There's no way she's gonna be anywhere else. Sadly, I used my scout plane. I probably shouldn't have. Because, unfortunately, well, it gives improved dispersion and also a little bit extra range, and I might need it. Yeah, the planes coming from basically A1 confirms it. The Malta is in A1. We just need to get someone close enough to spot. Wow, our Kremlin is actually the closest trip technically. Shima is a little bit further behind. An enemy mentions that the CV is an A1. Honestly, it won't make any difference in this match. I just think it's bad manners to say it regardless, because we can figure it out on our own. And, you know, maybe he has a little bit of a chance to do a little bit better if some of my teammates are confused. But, I mean, it won't make a difference in the game. Because we just need to spot her, and once the DD spots her, we're gonna sink her with our guns, most likely. Druid's game is over. There is no way that guy is getting into range of anything. And I mean, if somehow the worst comes to worst, the Malta, like, I don't know, detonates the Kremlin and detonates me and detonates the Shima, well, the submarine can always just dive and run away. But even if all of that fails, the Druid is so far away the Malta will never find him. Okay, so the Malta is in the worst position possible for us. She is pointing directly away. Well, the other position is directed towards us. Either way, if you just shoot the center of the ship, you're gonna hit the armored deck. I don't remember if Malta has an armored deck that covers the entire length of the carrier, but most of the tier 10 carriers do. I suspect that Malta has these sections at the front and back that you can still pen, but usually the armored decks are armored in such a way that you simply just ricochet off of it. So I'm trying to just hit the stern of the ship as much as possible. Because, you know, there we can actually get regular penetrations. Kremlin is more to the side, so Kremlin can get much more reasonable hits, I think. I'm just gonna have to be content with these regular pins, but man, the ship's accuracy really is showing it here. I'm landing so many shells. That was 3 out of 4 shells landed on the ship. At 20 kilometers. Oh, Kremlin got her. Oh well. Would have been nice to get some extra damage, but hey. This was actually a pretty good game. 216,000 damage. We sank ships and stuff. Yeah, I very much like the Bungo. She's great. Like, she's genuinely a great ship. I definitely recommend getting her. I would say the line grind up to the Bungo, it wasn't actually that great. I didn't very much like the Adatara and the ships preceding her, but the tier 10 is definitely great. Oh wow, the enemy Kremlin had a great game. 1600 base XP and a loss? That guy should be number 1 if their team had won. I did have some great teammates though. Well played by my team. 113 out of my 242 shells fired actually hit the target. Considering how far away I was from a lot of my targets, that is really impressive. This is a great ship, and I also think that she looks amazing. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.